In today's video, one of the most curious, interesting, and perhaps waited for releases of the second half of 2023. We're talking about the Middle Eastern exclusive from Dubai, Parfum Intense Creation 1 million Gold Oud edition. Here's the bottle, brand new, sealed. I'm gonna give you guys my first impressions on this fragrance. If you guys should check it out, it's worth your time and money, so stick around. Welcome back to another video. Forti here. In this channel, of course, we help you smell great so that you can help yourself make a great and lasting impression. Today we're going to talk about the brand new, it's still sealed. I just got this in the mail and I said, let me do a first impression video for you guys. This is Paco Rabanne from the 1 million series. This is a Middle Eastern exclusive Parfum Intense Golden Oud. Very curious about this. And before we get into this, let me take you guys into, overview of the 1 million line, starting back in 2008 with the original, the OG, which I've had easy 6 to 7 bottles over the years since 2008. Over the past 15 years was one of the most copied DNAs or scent profile because it is just that. A great smelling, sensual, sexy, rose, warm, spicy cinnamon. A lot of people get a bubblegum feel. I don't really get that bubblegum feel that people talk about. On my skin, this stuff really sings. In fact, I was wearing this fragrance when I met my wife. I wore this for many years when I used to go out clubbing and used to go to bars with friends and stuff. I have actually still have two 200 ml bottles. These are actually older bottles, I believe from 2012. So these are actually good formulations. From what I understand, what's available today has been neutered or watered down. So if you can get yourself an older bottle, you're gonna be in great shape. This stuff is beastly, it lasts a long time. Like I said, it's a warm, spicy, sweet, cinnamon, rose, vanilla, leather base. Absolutely incredible. A lot of people get a bubblegum feel. I don't get it. To me, this stuff smells amazing. Actually, it took 4 great perfumers to create this incredible fragrance. Like I said, released in 2008, I have to say this is one of the most selling fragrances in the world still to date. And I have to say, I consider this to be a masterpiece for what it achieved and the combination of notes. This stuff is actually quite good. Fast forward to 2012, there was a release. Let me see if I can find it here. Yes, I still have it. This was actually in the hype of the oud, craze here in America. A lot of brands were coming out with a nude flanker fragrance within their portfolio. 1 million was no different. They released Absolute Gold. This is a full gold bullion. You don't see the juice in the back. Very hard to find. I believe this was also a limited edition in the Middle East, Dubai market, but actually made its way here to the US in some discount websites. Actually found mine back in the day at 𝗏𝗏𝗏, which then used to be Beauty Spin, then became 𝗏𝗏𝗏, and then it's gone. It's no longer available. Very hard to find. I've seen this from time to time at fragrancebuy.ca. So of course, all the fragrances here that I'm talking about will be listed in the description of the video. If I have a link for this fragrance, you guys can check it out. Maybe you can get a decan and try it, but Absolute Gold, very hard to find, released in 2012. One of the best flankers in my opinion. It really amped up that rose and oud combination. This is a floral oud, sweet, spicy, warm. It retained that 1 million vibe, but made it a little bit more mature, a little bit more refined and sophisticated, if you will. Really love this stuff. Not as sweet as the original 1 million. I think they did a fantastic job. Sadly, this is not one that stayed within the portfolio. It was, quickly came and went. I think within a year's time, the stuff, by 2013, you couldn't find it anywhere. So if you do find 1 million Absolute Gold, this is a great one to definitely check out. 2013 saw the release of 1 million Intense, again, all gold bullion here. And the funny thing is when this was released in 2013, a lot of people said, why the hell is 1 million releasing an intense flanker? Isn't it intense already? Isn't it so powerful and beastly already? Yes, but this one here enhanced the spicy notes as well as the leather notes. So it toned down on the rose and the bubblegum feel, giving you a more leathery, spicy, resinous kind of a vibe. Really love this one. Arguably one of the best flankers from the 1 million line. Again, discontinued sadly, but if you do find it, definitely pick it up. If you wanted something a little bit more resinous and leathery and spicier, warmer, this stuff will sing. Absolutely one of the best ones. Love it. The leather facet here really sings on my skin. Hence the fact that I'm gonna say again, a lot of people say this is one of the best flankers in the game. Fast forward to 2015, now we have a Cologne. At that point, there was a hype on colognes. A lot of brands were releasing a lighter, more wearable or summer version of their fragrances. No different with 1 million here. This is 1 million Cologne, 2015 release. You can see the juice here. You have a little gold back. The cap comes off, which is really unique and different for the 1 million series of fragrances. This is actually quite nice. They gave you like a watery rose with a marine and aquatic tinge to the fragrance, toned down on the spices, toned down on the leather facet, making this a lot more wearable. Great for, even every day if you wanted a signature scent on 1 million, this could be it. Very wearable. Very aromatic, easy to wear, great for compliments, one that's going to be very attractive. Again, I think honestly, all the 1 million fragrances are very attractive and great for compliments, very inviting. This one here, just a little bit toned down, more wearable, again, on the aquatic facets, more aromatic. And it also had a note of juniper berries added to this fragrance, which you really didn't see in any other flanker from this line. So quite nice, quite unique. You know, if you can find this one, I think it's also been discontinued, but this is one that you can, you know, from time to time find it available on discount websites. So if you do find it, pull the trigger. This is quite a nice one as well. If you wanted a, you know, easier to wear, a toned down version of 1 million, this would be it. By the way, this also has similarities with Invictus Aqua from 2016, also from Paco Rabanne. So if you do like the Invictus and you find this and you can't find the Invictus Aqua, that's a really hard one to find. You know, some people say 𝗏𝗏𝗏 is a great you know, alternative to that fragrance, but this one here is actually quite good. Has the 1 million DNA, meets the Paco Rabanne Invictus Aqua kind of a, you know, situation here. Quite good. 1 year later, Paco Rabanne gave us this particular flanker, which in my opinion is the best flanker, being one that loves the note of tobacco. With the tobacco, the leather, the addition of the note of myrrh here, the incense smoky vibe. This is 1 million Privé, of course. Darker juice, ambery in color. You've got tonka here, you got some sweet notes, but the tobacco here really sings. I think this should have stayed on the line. Unfortunately, has been discontinued. If you can find this one, definitely get it, because it kept the 1 million DNA, adding these beautiful facets of tobacco, tonka, myrrh, and incense. Absolutely fire release. In my opinion, the best flanker from 1 million to date. 2018 gave us a version of 1 million called 1 million Lucky. I don't currently have a bottle of that anymore. I actually gave mine away. It was something that I was not reaching out for. Didn't really care much for it. To me, that one started to lean a little bit more feminine than all the other 1 millions, more unisex, gender-free, whatever you want to call it. It has a nutty facet to it, like a hazelnut, like a Nutella kind of a feel, or a Ferrero Rocher. If you're familiar with that chocolate, it has the hazelnuts. It's very gourmandy with the tonka, the vanilla, and the nutty facet to it. I do like that fragrance. I don't love it, hence the fact that I don't have it in my collection, but it is quite nice. I think it's another one that has, from what I hear, been discontinued, but you can still find this one kicking around rather easier than some of the ones I talked about so far. So if you do find it, you want to check it out, go to your general store. I think my Macy's still has it in stock. It is quite nice, but it's not my favorite at all. I think it doesn't even make my top 5 favorite 1 millions. But I know a lot of people love it, so definitely, you know, it grants you to at least check it out. 2020 gave us 1 million Parfum, which I actually did a review for you guys. I'll pop it up here if you want to see that review. My opinion on that fragrance is, again, I don't have a bottle. I actually gave it to my wife. That one is, to me, the most feminine, or leaning towards feminine, in the collection. It's the most floral one. You have a very strong presence on Divana, tuberose, solar notes. It's very floral, almost like a santan lotion. It is nice, but the 1 million DNA stays in the back, and you have all these floral and solar and tuberose notes that really, you know, take center stage for that particular flanker. I don't love it. That's why I don't have it here, but I think, and I think I said that on my review back then, that a lady would wear that beautifully. I think a guy could wear it, of course, if you're confident enough to pull it off. I think you're gonna do a great job. Actually, a lot of these are on the sweeter side, so you have to be confident to pull it off, or very youthful or playful. But that particular one, I think from everything talked about so far in the 1 million line, is the one that leans more feminine, in my opinion, of course. Now, 2022 gave us 1 million Elixir, which this one was released last year. I do enjoy this one. Another one that I did a full review on it. Now, this one here is quite popular amongst young crowds because it has a very similar vibe to a lot of the most popular designer fragrances out there. We're talking about, of course, heavy dose of ambroxan, heavy dose of tonka, heavy dose of vanilla. So it's really that trifecta combination of those 3 notes, vanilla, tonka, and ambroxan. There's a chocolatey patchouli here as well. It is very gourmandy, not extremely powerful though, not syrupy sweet, but very sweet. You have a green apple note here up top as well that's very fruity, which is very inviting. Quite a good one from 2022. Again, not in my top 5 favorites, but this one is actually a good one. Reminds me of a lot of different fragrances out there, way too many to name. But if you think about all the latest releases out there that contain heavy dose of tonka, vanilla, and ambroxan, this is gonna be similar to a lot of designer releases out there. Simple as that. So you have to pick your poison and see which one you like more, which one has the better price, you know, performance proposition, and you go for it. But here is one that more of the same from what's out there today. So not very impressed with this one. but it is nice. Contrary to the Elixir, we have a 2023 release earlier this year called 𝗏𝗏𝗲 Royal. I'm gonna pop that first impression up here. If you guys missed that first impression, go check it out. I go in depth in that fragrance, which basically could have been an altogether standalone release from Paco Rabanne because it smells absolutely nothing like the 𝗏𝗏𝗲 line. This is not going to be heavily sweet at all. It's not going to be gourmandy. In fact, it's very aromatic. It's more mature. Doesn't have that playful, youthful playability and sweetness that you get with all the other flankers from this line. This is actually more mature in the account of the clary sage and the lavender combination. It is nice. It is, you know, more of a dry, serious fragrance, if you will. Not mature because it's not aged, but it is more mature in the sense that I think somebody 30 and up will appreciate this 𝗏𝗏𝗲 Royal than anybody else. I don't currently have a bottle of Royal on this table. The bottle that I have is actually not in this house or where I'm filming this video right now. I still have a bottle I do enjoy. I think it would make a top versatile video. It would make a top professional video. It is a rather safe, dry, and more mature take on 𝗏𝗏𝗲. Like I said, it could have been a totally different and standalone release from Paco Rabanne, in my opinion. Now, the reason why you clicked on this video, and I myself, I'm very curious to try this. So this is sealed. This is 𝗏𝗏𝗲 Golden Oud. It's an exclusive release from Dubai, the Middle Eastern market. I'm gonna pop it open right now and give you guys my thought on this one on camera. The box is gonna be similar to all the other 𝗏𝗏𝗲s, very similar to the Royal box. You have the QR code back here, details in the bottom, batch code and all that good stuff. The only difference between this one and the Royal is going to be that the gem here is going to be green, as we'll see with the bottle itself. So it's gonna be the bullion. Similar to every other 𝗏𝗏𝗲, you have the batch code here etched in the back of the glass, which will match the actual box itself. Again, the bottle is golden with the green gem. Let's take it for a test drive. I am dying to try this one and tell you guys what I get out of 𝗏𝗏𝗲 Golden Oud. Wow, this is very nice, very pleasant, not overly sweet at all. This is actually quite nice. It's got this resinous, spicy Middle Eastern vibe to it. Definitely oud here, but the oud is not skanky, it's not medicinal, it's not overly done. It's done just right to add this intrigue and mysteriousness to the composition. I'm picking up a lot of spices here, definitely peppery opening as well, along with the oud. The oud's gonna be very present here, but it's that kind of oud that's very appealing, very sophisticated, very refined, very easy to wear. This is really nice. And when I'm thinking about this combination of notes here, it's giving me a thought of two fragrances combined. Reminds me a little bit of Gucci Guilty Oud, or Oud Intense, was released a few years back. I'm gonna pop that bottle on screen here. Meets 𝗏𝗏𝗲𝗃 from Penhaligon's. So if you took 𝗏𝗏𝗃 from Penhaligon's along with that Gucci Intense Oud, combine them together, that's pretty much what you're gonna get here. So it's gonna be one of those designer appealing oud fragrances that's not gonna be overbearing or hard to wear at all. In fact, I really, really like this one. From a first impression standpoint, this is going to be probably my top 5 favorite 𝗏𝗏𝗲s, you know, to date. This is actually really nice. Doesn't really have much to do with the 𝗏𝗏𝗲 DNA though. You're not gonna get that rose, bubblegum feel, sweet cinnamon. None of that is present here. This goes into a different, spicier Middle Eastern direction. It is quite nice though. Very, very nice. I think this is gonna be great for compliments. Incredible for the cooler weather that we're getting into now, fall, winter seasons. I think it's gonna be perfect. I would even rock this in the spring season. Not late spring when it gets close to summer, but early spring, fall, and winter. I think this stuff will be amazing. Most likely, as it stands right now, this could possibly make my top favorite winter designers of this year. This is actually very impressive on the first impression here. Looking at the notes here, we're gonna have some iris here, which I'm not getting much of. You know, the floral iris aspect here is not really that strong. You got some balsams, labdanum, cedarwood, definitely the lather, the oud, the sandalwood, and patchouli. You do get a cocoa, creamy patchouli as the scent starts to dry down. Very, very pleasant. Really like this one. If you can pick it up at a good price, definitely pick it up. I actually picked this up overseas. I think I paid about $150 shipped here, so it wasn't that cheap at all. So I would say if you have the fragrances that I talked about here that this reminds me of, wait a little bit until this hits discounters and pick it up for maybe $100, $125. I think that's a fair price for this particular fragrance. It is nice, quite nice. I am pleasantly happy with the purchase, and I'm glad to share it with you. So let me know in the comments, guys, from all the 1 millions released so far, which one is your favorite and why? Let me know your comments below. And of course, if you do appreciate the channel, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe for more. And of course, you can try any of the 1 millions that I talked about here in this video today at perfume.com. Use my code right now, MAX20, for the next few days. Enjoy 20% off site-wide. And of course, I will see you guys right here with another video very soon. One last thing before I let you go. The actual boxes for ScentXplore are still available. This is the official box. This is the voucher for Le Parfum, which is the partner, which you can get a trip for 2 to New York City until the 31st of this month of October. So don't delay on that. You're going to have discovery kits. This is an 𝗚𝗏 discovery kit containing a lot of samples. You have the 𝗚𝗏𝗲𝗃 exclusive discovery kit containing 2 40th anniversary releases and 2 pre-launches for 2024, guys, including a ton of outlet samples. We're talking about 35 to 45 samples on average shipped worldwide, guys. Don't delay. Perfume.com to try anything you want to try, and of course, ScentXplore.com to join the largest international niche perfume convention in the Americas. I hope to see you guys there December 1st and 2nd. We're only about 40 or less days away. So guys, please, if you want to be a part of this, if you want to join the fun, this is the time. And of course, I will see you right back here with another video very soon. Take care.